Alright. Welcome to Sideboardmtg. My name's Eric, and it is time for Subscribers Sunday. We've got three great decks for you. We've got Mono Blue, we've got Izzet Boggles, and we've got Marshal's Cats. Binless Marshal with tokens to survive Goblin Chain Whirler, the basic breakdown on that. So I hope you liked tonight's show and like the decks. If so, give them a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, if you want to play these decks or any other decks, Sideboardmtg15 is your coupon code when you sign up for manatraders. It's a rental service so that you can rent and play with all the decks in Standard, or Modern, Legacy, Vintage, whatever it is you want to play on MTGO. Alright guys, let's, what's up guys? Subscriber Sunday! How's everyone doing? Rocker, that's right, you made it. Madness, Dane, what's up? James, Hurricane Shane. Who else we got in here? Let me get over here to where I can really see this. Probably gonna have to mute it. Yep, there we go. Okay. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Rush, why are you not getting your Jund deck tested? His Jund deck didn't make the Subscriber Sunday cut. That's why. You hate YouTube gaming? Understood. Alright, YouTube gaming's got a dark background. I like YouTube gaming. How you doing, Barry? What's up, guys? Everyone's at Rush. What's up with the Mono Blue Flyers? Right? Hey, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. He got voted for on the Mono Blue. James, I'm actually going to be running a deck very well. I mean, it's going to be running. It's going to be the Jund Dinosaurs deck that we've been working on. I'm going to be running that tomorrow. I think it's in a great spot in the meta right now. So we're going to be running that live tomorrow. That's a deck that's really close to Rush's. So Rush will get a good feel for how his deck will run. There's a lot of the viewers that are actually playing around with that Jund Dinos deck. It's in a great spot against these Chain Whirler and Heart of Kirin decks and things like that. So yeah. Vote for Aid from the Cowl deck next week. So, dude, Aid from the Cowl is an awesome card. I had a treasure aid deck that was pretty cool. I liked it. Oh, dude. So like hitting anyone back on Xbox Live. I have a problem. Like, I have to go offline on Xbox Live because the only thing I do on there is when I get on, I play a little bit in the afternoon with a buddy of mine. I do some duos with him in like PUBG, and then that's it. The rest of the time, I don't hit anyone back. But yes, Rush, I'll try to remember to hit you back on there. I don't play Fortnite though. Like, you guys all play Fortnite and stuff, and I just don't play Fortnite. I know it's free, but I don't play it. Anyway, guys, we've got this killer Mono Blue deck, and someone said they were just tired of getting countered, so they wanted to do the countering. And here's a blue deck with just full of counters. The deck's pretty cool. Dynavolt Tower to help push in a little additional damage. Let's take a look here. We've got 3 copies of Brawl, Chief of Compliance, which means every time that we counter something, we get to loot. And then, as far as countering things go, we've got Essence Scatter, we've got Negate, we've got Merfolk Trickster. Not really a counter, but we can counter like a combat step or a flyer or something like that. Disallow. Jace Cunning Castaway in here. I mean, if we're getting through with any creature at all, then Jace might be decent. If we counter everything, we can, create some illusions or something, get in that way. But yeah, Brawl is beast. I like Brawl. Tempest Djinn. This is one of my favorite cards here. Now, you might notice I got some mismatched islands. I'm sorry here. I just didn't have enough foils to complete the whole thing, and I didn't have enough regulars to complete the whole thing. So we've got some foils, some not, but 25 islands. So Tempest Gin's gonna be awesome. 1 second, guys. Gotta pour my soda. Pouring soda into a coffee mug so you know it doesn't get on camera. Can't advertise for selected soda brand. YouTube doesn't like that. Like, oh man, put a soda can in the back of your stream. You'll be demonetized so fast. You love Mismatch Islands. Right, we are playing. You can't be mad. You can't be mad. You Netflix it up. Netflix and chill, right? Isn't that our entire generation's like motto? Alright, well, we've got 4 Dynavolt Tower. We've got a Kefnitz Monument. I'm not really curious at what the point of the Kefnitz Monument is here, because we're not going to be casting that many creatures. But we've got some. I'm not extremely for sure like what the point of Aethertide Whale is here, other than just, you know, to feed the Dynavolt Tower, but I kind of think that we're going to have Dynavolt Tower online, like, no matter what. I would rather just kind of have, like, 2 Glimmer of Genius right here. Karn's Temporal Summoning, this is just an awesome card. You're getting to take some extra turns. You got a good flying Tempest Gin up there. Right offhand, I'm going to say the cards I don't like in this deck's the one Kefnet Monument. It's not horrible. Your Merfolk Trickster's tapping 2 things instead of 1. Aethertide Whale, I think this should probably, like, maybe Nizahal or just Glimmer. Torrential Gearhulk, awesome. Love me some Torrential. So, I mean, we're going to get away with a couple things. We've got, you know, Merfolk Tricksters, the Djinn, and the Gearhulk, and the Whale. So, I mean, we might get some triggers off of this, tap some things down, stall some stuff out. So, it's for Karn and make the Whale cheaper. Aethertide is for Karn and making the Whale cheaper? Oh, okay. So the Kefnitz Monument is for Karn and making the Whale cheaper. So you're that in on the Whale. I haven't seen a card since, I mean, a deck since Aetherflux Reservoir that was that all in on the Whale. Okay. Alright, I mean, I'm game for it. You might want to look into Saheeli's Artistry if you want to get that jank. How do you spell Saheeli? I can't spell Saheeli. I know I've got a Saheeli Ra. Okay, so that's how bad it is. I just couldn't spell it. I was like, fine, I'll just look it up. There's a card called Saheeli's Artistry that choose one or both. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, except for it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Yeah, I could have just typed Artistry. But yeah, like Saheeli's Artistry could give you a copy of the Whale. If you've already done it once, you could copy the Whale and the artifact. You could copy Torrential Gearhulk, things like that. You're not going to do it at instant speed, so I don't know about getting, you know, any real value off of Torrential Gearhulk, considering the only thing you got to flash back is counter spells. The one thing that worries me the most here is you've got no real card advantage. So, you know, we're going to be 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 until we're out. We're going to run out when they run out if we had exact matchups. So, like, no way to, you know, continue to put cards in your hand is going to be a problem for me. But if we can get multiple kills per Dynavolt Tower, then we're going to be doing okay. So, yeah, let's jump into a game. Let's see how it goes. Mono a blue. All right, we're going to jump into. I'm just going to do some testing here. Alright. Saheeli's origin story. Right? Well, we should get it, because, like, the last thing that happened with Watley was she planeswalked to Kaladesh and was looking at, like, the Inventor's Fair, and Saheeli walks up to her and, you know, Watley's telling Saheeli about dinosaurs, and Saheeli's like, "Oh, you've got to tell me more." And she's inspired to build her next, you know, artificial creation. You know, she's an artificer, so I'm trying to throw artificer in there somewhere. It's just not working. All right, our opponent's deciding whether or not he wants to play first. Jareth Miles, we are playing some mono blue. Mono blue, mono and mono here. I've got islands. I've got islands. Do I have Elder Scrolls music now? I've always had Elder Scrolls music. Yes, Poopy, it is Rush's counter mono blue. I mean, the fact that we just have pure counter spells should... Yeah, we got Tempest... Oh, we got the Djinn. We got 4 of the Djinn. We've got Merfolk Trickster. But we don't have any real draw. That's the one thing that worries me more than anything else, is not having real draw. If our opponent like has a bad 5 here, which he's just going to scoop it up and we'll have to get into another game, which is horrible with this control deck. Don't have a turn 1 creature. Oh... He's got it. He's got it. It's red. He's got either Bomat or something like that. He said, ouch. All right, he's got the 1-drop, so here we go. 19 turns later, we die to Fanatical Firebrand, yo. Just Karn really for card advantage. That's it. That is basically it. What he doesn't know, he's like, enjoy the win, my man. And what he doesn't know is we can't beat that Fanatical Firebrand. Like, we take 6 off of that before we can beat it. Opponent's discouraged here, doesn't want to play. That's a pretty powerful spell, sir. Yeah, 1 mana, he's going to hit us for 6 damage. I mean, Torrential Gearhulk will be the first thing that we can get down unless we do some major top decking. Is he really just going to be like, okay, I'm going to mull down and then I'm just going to not pass priority for 22 minutes? Enjoy the win and then just leave? We're playing mono blue, Steven. Right, he doesn't know that we're not a push deck. He really is. He's just not gonna... Oh my goodness. He's gonna be like, okay, if you want it. What a troll. Wow. Alright, dude. Sure. I mean, if you want to be a troll, fine. That's that. I can't believe that. Cannot join game. Alright. We'll go against the Elite Vanguard. I like this guy. Oh, I want to punch that. Aren't you into MMA, Shane? He probably would not like a punch from you. Oh, man, and then we get, like, no... You got your whale. I can't keep 1 land, dude. We've got to... Alright, I mean, we'll keep it. That's where we're at. At least we can disallow on 3. Dynavolt Tower, man. I kind of want to keep that. I think I'm going to need it to catch up. Maybe I should have passed it up for a land, but Dynavolt Tower might be where we want to be. No black land for Fatal Push. Don't do it. Adanto Vanguard already down on us. I think I just pass here. We'll counter something and loot, hopefully. A wild brawl up here. Catch it. Catch it. Not sure this deck can beat Tyrant. This deck cannot beat Tyrant. No Rivers Rebuke, no... we have Rivers Rebuke? We might have Rivers Rebuke. No, no Rivers Rebuke. Can't beat Tyrant. Oh, you do have Saheeli's Artistry in the sideboard. I don't know why I didn't see that. Oh, there's one Rivers Rebuke. One Rivers Rebuke. He might be able to. He does have Viziers and Many Faces in the sideboard, which is would be a decent card against you. Trade our brawl. No. Like when he goes to make it indestructible, we counter it. Aether Tide, well, that's going to be great. He's stuck on land, so I'm going to take a chance and get this down. We're going to need to be doing some cleanup after the fact. We'll just, you know, hit for one here. Got me. Got me, opponent. You got me. Sail away. Right, just... I should have never swung. Should have never swung. So now he actually doesn't have to do anything else the rest of the game and we're dead. I mean, we couldn't really block this anyway. I'm going to counter it. I don't want him to draw a card. Like, he just basically throws a card away and throws away a land right here. Or doesn't draw a land, taps a mana, and throws away a card. Doesn't get one back. Excuse me. We have nothing to play, so I'm going to get down Kefnet's Monument. This way, at least we top deck one more land. We can play Aether Tide Well or Torrential Gearhulk for another counter. Cartouche. Okay, so Well is not actually going to be what we want. We're going to need Gearhulk. Looks like we're going Jace here. I mean, this is just to keep us from dying. So Jace is just going to make an illusion, take one from the warrior, and block the Adanto. Unless he swings both at Jace, then I'll eat the warrior and then let the Adanto hit Jace. We need a land off the top. Why do I sound so sad? I should have never swung with Brawl. I mean, I don't think it would have saved us, but I just... This should have been Glimmer. Wow. I mean... Wow. Sure. Ouch. Ouch. Let's get into the next game. Come on, we got this. We got this in the next game. Okay. Bye-bye, negate. Okay, what do we want? What can help? We've got 6 cards that we can bring in. I want Glyph Keeper, Mechanized Production, and Vizier. I think that's where I want to go here. I'm not really worried about Padim giving artifacts protection. Like, I'm not really worried about that. What I'm really worried about is an early to tap his Adanto. No, we don't have enough creatures, period, to be tapping Adanto. Like, we can't plan to make that fight work. Like, I don't think that fight works. I am going to keep this, and hopefully we don't have to mulligan down. If we can survive with that Brawl. Apparently I'm not swinging with Brawl. Padim is draw card. Probably should have taken Jace out. Oh, I may swing with Brawl next turn. Just a +1 Jace. Just depends on what he plays here. Knight of Grace. Alright, well. We'll just pass. At least we can block. That's not horrible. We'll see what we get. Draw a card, discard a card. I'm going to discard Vizier Many Faces. Cartouche! And he's in there. 3/3 first strike. Can't do nothing about it. Merfolk Trickster. What can we do there? I think we just pass and sure. Okay, I mean, we counter that. We'll throw away a Mechanized Production. I mean, we take 4 here. Okay, land. I think we pass and just Merfolk Trickster down this guy so that he can't attack. Like, I think that's our best course of action here. Danto, Vanguard. Got me. We're just like really clunky. I mean, all of these things that, and none of them are really doing anything for us, which is kind of bad. It's kind of bad. Tempest Djinn would be a 4/4 right now, so I mean that's not horrible. He also knows that he can play just anything that he wants, so... Okay. Swing with a bunch of stuff just for the heck of it. At Jace, at Jace, at Jace. Also at Jace. Flips a Danto. At Jace, at Jace, at Jace, at Jace. Sure. You've killed Jace. Maybe I should have brought in River's Rebuke. I mean, we haven't gotten there on the land, but we're getting close. Let's turn off auto yields. Instants and sorceries cost one less, so... we're just going to see what we can do here. I mean, Karn's Temporal Summoning, bouncing this, could help us a lot. Target. Did I just give him an extra turn? Oh my goodness. I just clicked that he got an extra turn and returned his dude. I wanted to return his dude, so I think I just clicked to give him an extra turn. Wow, what a punt. You can tell that's the very first time I've ever cast that card. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, I just gave the opponent an extra turn after this one. So I think they can stack up. That might have just happened. Yeah, I gave him an extra turn. I'm going to play the deck again, Rush. I will. I'll play the deck again. Yeah, I completely butchered that. Shame, Scoop. Shame, Scoop. I mean, I guess we run it the way you have it, but... like, why Jace? Like... why Jace? Why Jace in this deck at all? Let's change it a bit. See that? If you're posting decks, it should be a deck that you already think is decent, not a deck you want somebody like to test for you. All right. Jace Cunning Castaway does not belong in this deck. He doesn't do much for the deck. Kepnit's Monument does not belong in this deck, nor does Aethertide Whale. Karn's Temporal Summoning, sure, keep that if you want. Hitting someone an extra time with the Tempest Gen sounds decent to me. I think you need Glimmer above all other things. Alright, so if we add 4 Glimmers to the deck, we actually end up with 1 additional card slot. So out of those cards I just took out, which one do you want back? Music's a bit loud. Alright, thank you very much. Let's, how's that? Is that better? Yeah, that Jace is just complete trash. You want the Jace back for what? What? Give me one reason that Jace is good. I mean, I'm bringing it back, but like to just put a card in your deck because you like the card, I cannot understand that logic. Like the card needs to have a reason to be in the deck. Making copies of what? Making copies of making copies of himself? when he's not making copies of other things, splash red and run Sahili Ra. Make an extra copy of your Jin and swing with it. If you're wanting a 3-mana Planeswalker, Sahili Ra will do ping damage, and she'll... Like, I'm just saying that Jace is bad, man. That's a bad Jace. He's cool in a combo. I'm sure there's going to be something come up in the future here that's going to make him good, but, oh man, I think, yeah. Making copies. You think Ral Zarek is Bolus's trick up Niv's sleeve? I don't know about that. Niv doesn't even know Ral's a Planeswalker? Really? How does Niv not know? Like, how does Niv... Yeah, exactly. How does Niv not know anything? I'm going to keep this hand. This hand looks great. I mean, I forget we have no way to catch up. Which is a little bit sad. But the hand's still great. Like, that is the sad part about this deck. And we're dead. You see that? Like, if we're dead, and the only thing the opponent has cast is a Get to Lavamancer and a Spellweaver, then... Sounds like you know something about this deck long before you know, we started playing it here. I mean... What's up, Thea? How you doing? Up. Okay. So now we can't block that. And I assume he abrades this. Or lightning strike, yeah. Got me, opponent. Got me. Well, I mean, that hurt. He's down to 3 cards. We're going to throw a blocker out. He's a decent blocker. He's a 3/4 for 3. I mean, a 3/4 blocks Chain Whirler, so... Something tells me we're playing against Blue-Red Wizards. Yeah, it's Wizards. It's Wizards. Wizards does that. Like, it's got a turn 4 kill. I mean... Nightbot's gonna chime in. The Wizards deck is but it can win on turn 4. Alright? That's right, Nightbot. That's right. Oh look, another shock. So he hits us for 6 here. Isn't that great? Sup, my Wizards? Jeez. We're just getting run over, Rush. Run over. We gotta get another blocker out. I don't think he's got the means to kill this, but I mean, all it would take would be a shock, because I've got to block one of these. Soulscar Mage. And Lightning Strike on this, and then... be game. I have to block here and go ahead and take this, otherwise I'm going to take extra damage and then end up taking it later anyway. And there's the shock. That's game, dude. It's game. That is game. Draw a card. We would have gotten land, Merfolk Trickster. Yeah. Okay, so... Padeem. Cliffkeeper. I think that's about the best we can do. I'm going to get rid of Karn's Temporal Summoning. Taking the Jace out. We're going to take out... Dynavolt Tower is probably really good. I'm actually taking out Negate. I want the Essence Scatters. If we can stop their creatures, then we're gold. I think we run it like that. Yeah, we're going to try it like that. Glyph Keeper. I think I brought in the Glyph Keeper, didn't I? Yeah, I brought in Glyph Keeper. Glyph Keeper is a really good card, and I like it here. Oh, come on. Come on, deck. 2 land, okay. 3 land. I couldn't keep a 1-lander in a control deck. Like, I just couldn't do it. Not against the Wizards deck. Like, they're going to kill us if we choke. And so far, we've choked. There's 25 lands, 25 islands. So, I mean, the chances to get land are pretty good. Poopy Fatty with the $10 donation, taking Barry down. Our new stream boss. Thank you, Poopy. I appreciate that, sir. There's all kind of jokes I could have thrown in there. Poopy dropping the fatty. That's the only one you're getting. That's the only one I can actually think of. Oh, here it comes. We are so dead. Yeah, I just want to like scoot. Just let me scoot. I'm done. I'm done. Well, yeah, I forgot to play a land. Barry won't let that stand, I assure you. Funny, Jared. Well done, Poopy Fatty. Taking me down like a Russia's... Oh! Oh! We got jokes. Don't be making fun. That, I mean, new stream bros. My first order of business to be replace the water in the water coolers with Red Bull. Right? Yeah, Tower does feel awful clunky, but it's what we've got, unfortunately. It's about all we've got. We need him to just hopefully try to cast spells and let us counter them. Although the Soulscar Mage here doesn't really, like, they don't care if we counter them or not. I mean, I'm definitely countering Wizard's Lightning. My face for 3. So we need, what, 5 to make this go off? So we would have to cast 3 spells to naturally get this Dynavolt Tower to work. That's why you see Dynavolt Tower in decks. It's got a lot of one-drop spells and 2-drop spells. Like Dynavolt Tower would work really good with something like Wizard's Lightning, but we just spent 3 mana to counter a 1-mana spell. We're so losing this, dude. Like, here's another Wizard's Lightning. So we take lethal here. Is that right? No, we're at 1. That's right. We're at 1 life. Alright, well, I mean, I could say quite a bit about the deck. Flat out, though, I just don't feel like arguing it. Counter seems nice, but in a meta that it's as fast as we are right now, avenge you in the Patreon. Well, post a good deck, and we will. Not that this is there's some major things here that I actually want to talk about. I don't want to not address this. So we've got a couple different things here, and I want all of you guys to keep this in mind when you're building your deck. So first off, we have absolutely no way to catch up. So if we do need to get down an early Tempest or anything to take the aggressive plan, we have absolutely no way to catch up. So if anything lands on the battlefield, there's nothing to actually pick that back up. So you're definitely going to want to have an answer for something like that. Otherwise, you need to fight those cards in combat. Now, if you're going to fight those cards in combat, then you're going to need good creatures to do that. Well, unfortunately, this deck only has 12 creatures, so you can't actually rely on those 12 creatures. So if you're having to take a turn off to be able to, play something down on the battlefield, and you need something to pick back up so that you can actually counter again the next turn, I would recommend something like some Unsummons or Blink of an Eye. I would also recommend that if you're planning on casting cards like Dynavolt Tower and stuff like that, that the entire converted mana cost of the deck needs to be much, much cheaper. Plus, with cards like Jace, Cunning Castaway, whose first ability actually needs creatures to be attacking to do any good. And yes, I know that you could actually get away with, attacking creatures or something like that by having a Tempest Gen down, but it's so scary to actually drop that Tempest Gen before something like turn 6. Also, having Negate in the main board is still a little bit dangerous. Yes, you can normally find an answer or a reason to play it or something like that, but it may not be the specific card that you need for answers. Personally, I think trimming back on some of these cards, throwing in some Blink of an Eye or Unsummons would help a lot. The Jace is just absolutely not needed here. I cannot find a good reason for it. The Karn's Temporal Summoning just seems like it's fun. Yeah, you might want to put one in the deck. That would be fine if you really wanted to. But I think Blink of an Eye is one of the better cards that you would want for this deck. So I'm going to throw in a couple Blink of an Eyes. Brawl is good here as a 3 of, and of course you're going to want some draw. Now with the draw, that this particular piece is going to give us a little bit more energy to go with the Dynavolt Towers. However, with the Dynavolt Tower, you're going to want as many really cheap spells as you can possibly get. So if you're trying to play something like this, I think the Unsummons might even be better than Blink of an Eye. However, Blink of an Eye is going to pick up anything, so Blink might be exactly what you want here. I would get rid of the Negates altogether out of the main board and just try to go with more really cheap spells. I get that Brawl makes a lot of our spells only cost 1 and then 2, but we're still having to spend 2 mana to cast this. So you never get to watch the full stream. Good luck with the games. Aw, sorry, Thea. Anyway, that would free up 3 additional spots. I think that those spots should either be Unsummon, more Blink of an Eyes, maybe even remove a Dynavolt Tower. Maybe you don't want 3 Dynavolt Towers. I just think that there's probably some more room for Opt. Opt would probably be really, really good in this deck. I don't know. If they get a 1-drop, you've got no way to catch up. So if they turn 1 Soulscar Mage, they turn 1 Bomat Courier, they turn 1 Fanatical Firebrand, they turn 1 any of those things. Chart of Course might be really good. It is cheap. I don't think that you really actually want to be in Dynavolt Tower here at all. Dynavolt Tower is just really, really slow. It's one of those cards that's going to help you in the very, very late game, especially with a deck like this. Just not having a good, consistent way to continuously refill your hands probably going to be extremely problematic. So maybe it's search for Escanta. Just because you would be able to search and go get your Essence Scatters, you'd get your Blink of an Eyes, your Disallows, Glimmers, that sort of thing. So maybe search for Escanta would be, but well, if it's the idea for a deck that's awesome, then what I'm doing right now is I'm helping you refine the idea if you want to keep playing with it. Just giving you my advice on it. I can't, like, in good conscience, like, let people think that they should run a deck with Dynavolt Towers and, you know, Aether Tide Wells and, you know, a bunch of 6-drops and stuff. You're just not going to be casting those spells. Like, you're going to die. You're going to just die. And we've seen that. So make sure you have a game plan. Out of all things, make sure that if you're going to play a deck that is just full of counters, because a lot of people do that. Let's just put a bunch of counters into a deck and play it. You're going to have those points where they're going to get something down. And if they can get those things down, then you're going to die. If they can play 2 spells per turn, then you're going to die. Because you can't answer the second spell and you can't catch it up. Like, you can't stop it. So do worry about that. Like, that's why, you know, a good deck is, you know, some removal, some control, some, you know, aggressive creatures or hard to deal with creatures, things like that. You're gonna need, like, you've got the creatures. You've got Merfolk Trickster, you've got Tempest Djinn, and you've got Torrential Geralt. All creatures that you can do things with. However, you know, with running just this much control, and that being the only way that you can stop your opponent is just to counter them, then as soon as they can play more than 1 spell per turn, you're not going to be able to, like, if they can do 2 1-drops on turn 2, then you're dead to the 1-drop, whichever one. So you're not going to get Dynavolt Tower. Like, you need 3 spells to be cast before you can Dynavolt Tower. Okay, so I want you to look at that. If they remove your Brawl, so if you get your Brawl down on turn 2, then on turn 3 you have 3 mana if everything's working great. You can Essence, like, so now you need to Dynavolt Tower. Just to get it down on turn 3. By this time you're dying here, right? This is turn 3. You're taking a lot of damage. On turn 4, you can cast maybe 2 spells. They need to cast 2 spells just for you to cast Essence Scatter. Maybe you cast a Blink of an Eye to pick something up. Essence Scatter to stop something. Exactly, that's why the Dynavolt Tower worked in the Fog deck, because you can take a ridiculous amount of turns. It's going to take you approximately 2 to 3 turns just to get enough energy to get some use out of this. So, yeah, I don't think Dynavolt Tower is where you really want to go. You didn't think about all the flunkies of it? No, it's just a bunch of cool cards that look like they'd work together. They do. Just refine your thinking a little bit before, like, you try to take it to a tournament. And I don't care that you send it here. I'll play 60 islands. But, like, think about the cards you want to put in. Oh my God, Dynavolt Tower and Fevered Visions. That was great. That was good times, man. Fevered Visions. I love that deck. Anyway, you know, if you're going to put a card in, think about, like, what turn you want that to come on. Think about how impactful it'll be if it comes late. Think how impactful it'll be if you can get it down but you can't get activators. A Dynavolt Tower is a card that requires other cards to actually activate it. The monuments are activators. They require activators. It does nothing until you cast some other spell. So, well, these rules aren't just in blue. These rules are in anything. If you're going to play nothing but creatures, but, you know, the format has, you know, removal at every turn that is just really good, then you're going to need to play the opposite side of that. You're going to want to play a deck that can play more than 1 creature per turn so that you can get ahead of the exact same thing. So you can always look at that from either side, whether you play blue or not. So yeah, just when you're, you know, throwing cards in your deck, just kind of give them some thought. And, you know, hey, is this Dynavolt Tower, like, what is the earliest I can get an activation out of this Dynavolt Tower? And from what I'm seeing, if you get it down on 4, you might be able to get it activated on 5. So that's, or if you get it down on 3, you might be able to tap it on 5 to kill something. So I don't know. Right, or find ways to make sure your creatures live. Think about that next level. If I'm going to do this, how will my opponent stop that? If I'm doing this, which will stop my opponent, what could he do to stop me? And then that would be that next level there. So when you're adding cards into your deck, Make sure they all have like reason, you know, put a method to the madness, if you will. I mean, we all do that mad card dash where you're just throwing all these cards in and things like that, but just like have a real reason for every card in your deck, and then, you know, from there you can at least argue it. But I like that card is just not an argument for putting it into a deck. I like that card is just a good way to go lose to people at Friday Night Magic. And no one wants to play a deck that just loses, or just can't win. And I'm not going to say this can't win, but we'd need our opponent to be very unlucky, and we would need to be very lucky. Personally, I think the one card I would probably add to this deck would just be some unsummon. Anyway. Well, the fun idea has gotten me chewed out multiple times where I didn't play the fun idea. I didn't like some other things. So, not trying to be mean to you or anything, Rush, but you threw a fit last week that we didn't play this deck. You know? Where's my deck? And here we go. We're going to jump onto the next deck. Alright, alright, so we've got another Valduck Champion of Flame deck here. Izzet Bogles, we've played Izzet Bogles in the past. This one's a little bit different. We've still got the Curator's Ward, the Arcane Flight, Curious Obsessions. We've got, you know, Slither Blades. I personally like Curious Obsession with Champion of Flame. You're talking about immediately turning Champion of Flame into something that hits absolutely every time. I think that, I think that's awesome. Ralph, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the community. You hate getting countered. You know, I hate getting countered too, and it happens. Well, there's actual ooh, I can't talk. There's actually no equipment here, guys. Like, this is just all one drops. Look at the one drops right here, right? Oh, this thing's just so loaded with one drops. We've got Arcane Flight. We're going to give creatures +1/+1 in flying. Now, it's not Cartouche of Knowledge. It's not going to be giving us an additional card, which I actually think you could probably get away with the Cartouche of Knowledge here instead of Arcane Flight, but I do like that it's a 1-mana spell. 1-mana spells are going to be really good for us, considering, you know, we're stretching it on the mana base, I would say. 15 creatures, a little bit low for my taste, but I do like the Shala Voice of Plenty here. On Sarah's Wings, I think should probably just be another Shala. We do see a lot of people play this, and I do think it's awesome to be able to give Champion of Flame after he's like a 9/9 or something like that. I think that it's awesome to be able to give him these other abilities, but most of the time you can give him those abilities, you know, you can give him haste, you can give the Consuming Fervor. He can sometimes outgrow a Consuming Fervor, so we're going to see what we can do with this champion deck here. Unfortunately, in my experience, every time I play one of these champion decks, and we've played a few, because like you guys, I love the champion. I think that he's actually really, really good. I think that there's something there. I think that if we could get some kind of good Boggles theme going, or some way to protect the champion or something like that, you might actually have a working chance, you know, with a champion deck. But as of now, I just haven't really seen one. But I do like the Champion of Flame decks. And apparently you guys too, because you keep submitting. Okay, well, we've got a Slither Blade, we got Slither, we got Cartouche, we got some stuff. I like this. I like this. I have to remember that she makes equipment cost less. J Chocolate is deciding whether to mulligan to 4 cards. Alright. You prefer equipments over auras. I do too, because I like having the equipment stick around after the aura is gone is always nice. This is when it comes in. Yeah. We may end up just enchanting the Slither Blade and going from there. Rush. Your Patreon is a legit deck. It very much is a legit deck. Thank you, Rush. I appreciate that. You did not have to do that. There's a mono blue deck floating around that's not bad. If you like the idea of mono blue, if you like the Jin, we'll check it out. But but I actually feel bad for Rush now, like that I might have been a little too rough. But oh man, we're just gonna get this killed, aren't we? Let's find out. Okay, well, let's just go for it. That vigilance token can't block this turn. I mean, the number of times I've killed someone with a Mantis Rider is ridiculous. So three power in the air. Delver of Secrets. Once you get 3 power that can't be blocked, it is so devastating. It is. It is. Ooh, there's the champ. There's champion. Let's go ahead and get a little attack in here. A little swingy for 4. Danitha Patrick. I mean, Compassion. Yeah, the mono blue Flyers deck is the one that I was thinking of. Okay, so he abrades. Wow, we got ahead of the abrade. By playing it on turn 2, we got to the 4 power, which was what we needed to stay ahead of it. He had the abrade, he killed Danitha, no problem. Wow. Is 4 power going to be the decision we needed to be able to get ahead of this? Or 4 toughness? Wow. That's pretty epic. Give me, like, I don't know. What do we need? Fervor would be decent. Champion of Flame with a Fervor. You got it, dude. I'm not even playing the Champion of Flame. Go fast, turn left. Someone got it. Somebody likes NASCAR. I like NASCAR. Or at least used to. Left turn, yeah. Left turn, yeah. The theme week. Thrawn Temporal. Something. Well, Slitherblade has carried, yeah, Thrawn Temporal Gateway. That's it. Slitherblade just carrying everything. He's got everything on his shoulders. He's like, I'll just take this straight to the opponent's face for you. Just right there to the face. That's game. Wow, turn 1 Slitherblade, turn 2 enchantment, get wrecked. Wow, I mean, that was sweet. Dive down seems good. Like, this all seems decent. I kind of want to get rid of a couple arcane flights, even though I'm okay with giving them flying. I just want a couple spell pierces. Maybe get rid of a Valdock for another Spell Pierce. I'm not a big fan of Valdok. Anything needs Saram, right? Well, I tell you, I have. We've played every version we've played so far had the Sarams in it. I didn't do that on purpose, Rush. I gave you the first slot because I was like, if I don't play Rush's deck, I had to go find it. I was like, if I don't play Rush's deck, I'm just never going to hear the end of it. And apparently, now that I've played Rush's deck, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Oh no, we can't get a Slitherblade down on one. This is a bad hand. I'm going to just mulligan it. It's still bad. But I'm going to keep it. This is not that horrible. Give me a land. Oh ho ho. Oh yeah. Oh mama. Well, he kills the Slitherblade when we play it next turn. That first hand was so much better. Maybe. I mean, he wants to get aggressive. And he's definitely going to do that here. We need to draw, like, island off the top. There's only, what, 5 islands in this deck? That's not great. That's not what we wanted. I'm going to wait. I want to have Dive Down available. So that I can protect the Slitherblade. I think that we can just get ahead of everything here if we can actually just protect Slitherblade. See, this looks really good. So we can Slitherblade. And then we'll just pass. I mean, we could use Slitherblade to block him. I mean, I am worried about him trying to race me, as he might get very aggressive here. I mean, another creature, he gets to start swinging for 5. I will Slitherblade block the Earthshaker Kenra. Okay, yeah. So if he goes to... Alright, yeah. So we're not going to be able to do much with that. So we're taking 6. You know? I'm just going to dive down this and block it anyway. I wish this gave an extra +1. But it's going to be big enough that we can actually block this and only take 3. Shalom Voice of Plenty. Might not be very bad here. We take another 3 in the air. He gains 3. We might have to get big. Might have to get big. Okay, trying to think of the best way to actually get through this opponent here, and I think that it's actually going to be try to put as much as we can on the champion, and just try to do as much damage as possible with the champion. Okay, so he's going to try to get rid of champion right now. So we dive down on the champion again. Shala needed hex or needed flash. Like seriously, Shala needed flash. Maybe it should have been the champion. Maybe like the turn 3 play. Maybe that should have been champion. Okay, so we're gonna go Consuming Fervor. Arcane Flight. And I'll just play another Slither Blade. And we'll use it for defense, I mean, or make him actually, you know, exert again, which will stall out some. So, hopefully he doesn't have another On-Crop Crasher. On-Crop Crasher kills us here. Doesn't it? On-Crop Crasher, he uses this to crew, swing with all 3. No, we would still be at 1. So On-Crop doesn't kill us, but it's not great. Leaves us at 1. Ouch. Yeah, I know he can exert. We need, what, land off the top? And we still have to stop everything? So this is our flyer. We make it to where... Alright, we can't swing. So we already can't swing. Because he makes this not be able to block. We block here. Alright. Can we set up for just a huge swing to win? Alright, so he swings, this can't block. So we block here, we block here, we block here. We live 1 turn. Okay, well, I will eat my words. If we top deck the On Sarah's Wings, we win. So, come on Sarah's Wings. Oh, no, for the loss. That's all he had to play. That's it. That's all he had to play. So, cruise. I don't know. We still blocked that. On Sarah's Wings would be great. Well, this has the Arcane Flight. He is in the air. He can block. Okay, that happens. Aether Sphere Harvester has lifelink. We move to block, so block here, block here, block here. On Sarah's Wings, come on. Come on. It's our out. It's our big out, guys. On Sarah's Wings. That ain't it. That ain't it. I mean, we're dead here because the on-crop crasher means that this can't block, and then we only have the one blocker. So game 3. Yeah. Can't even. Yeah, we don't have the double white to even bluff to settle the wreckage. All right, all right. Magma spray is probably going to be gold here. Forget the spell pierce. What else do I want to take out? I mean, I took out Arcane Flight, but I actually may want to keep in Arcane Flight. I think I'll back off one Slither Blade. Valduck seems fun, but Valduck's so easy to kill, guys. Like, he's so fragile. This is a decent hand. I might have to wait till turn 3 to play my champion. So I'm just going to start with Glacial Fortress. I mean, Slither Blade would be a fine top deck. I mean, I assume that he just goes like Red Source Abrade if we play the champion. So we're going to try to not do that. Yeah, Red Source. There's the Abroad. I hate being right, because I also think he's got a lightning strike over there that he wants to use on it next turn. Ooh, alright. Play your on-crop crasher. Play it. Play the on-crop crasher. Tell me you do not have another burn for this thing. No magma spray. No spray. There we go. We can deal with that on-crop. Put a Curious Obsession on champion here and just wham. Get work done. This could be decent. Do we get down the... I'll put down the Inspiring. Now, this could just be absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is one of the cards I wanted to run with Champion because he's got Trample. And if he's getting in, you know, every turn, then that's going to be terrific. All right, cool. Should have kept the red mana open, no? For what? I kept a red. I kept a red source and a blue source. Come on, man. That ain't cool. I wanted to play with that card. I can give a creature hexproof, but I can't actually give the enchantment itself hexproof, so ouch. Yeah, that's dirty. I think I sprayed the on-crop crasher though, because he's going to have more lasting effect here on the game. I can kind of outgrow their Earthshaker Kenra. So, oh, more red. Let's get another flame down. Wow, the Curious Obsession, losing that was so bad. It was going to be the card that pushed us back into, like, definitely into the game. Now we're sitting here looking at an Earthshaker Kenra going, I don't know. You got another on-crop crasher? Fight with fire? I'll protect it. now I can block your Earthshaker Kenra this turn. Yeah. Attack out of habit. Attack out of habit. Yeah. We can do that. I mean, it's 6 damage. It is 6 damage. And if he blocks, it's still 5 damage. Yeah, that trample doesn't care that you put. Yeah. Earthshaker stopped a lot right there. I don't know if he really got a lot done with that block. So. There are any new versions of Miracle Girl around? Not right offhand, I do not. I think if there was going to be a new version of Miracle Grow, the champion would be the deck to run it with. There's some good prowess going around. Like, prowess is working really well. People are like, Soulscar Mage is in a really good spot. I probably left that 1 point of damage there. I should have picked that up. He's hit the Fragmentize though, like it's cool. Curious Obsession and the Champion of Flame, I think that those are going to go hand in hand. Like, if anyone's going to... Well, I hope you got more than that, opponent. Alright. Any enchantment. Any enchantment. Enchantment? Enchantment. Who played Dragon Age? Yeah, it is always hilarious when you just top deck the card they get rid of. I am like fairly sure he's got something like an Abrade or something now. A Binding. Okay. Well, we need to pull creature. Well, that's step 1, pull creature. Three turn clock. Here we go. I mean, like any enchantment that reduces that clock by a ton. He can't be blocked, so if he's been using all of his removal, we got another Ixalan's Binding. Shala, Voice of Plenty. Okay. We're gonna move to attacks. He's at 1. Make her be with you. Oh. Somebody did play some Dragon Age. Do you guys play any like Blizzard games, Diablo 3 or anything like that? Diablo 3's new season comes out on the 15th. So if you guys are interested in doing that, season 3 is going to be pretty cool. Oh, come on, Glorybringer. Really? Okay. Okay. Consuming Fervor. Come on. If he doesn't have another Glorybringer, we get there. We get there. Warcraft RTS games, not the MMO. Oh, you like the Warcraft 3 and all of those? Yeah. Waiting for Vanilla WoW? Well, dude, Vanilla WoW was like 2004, man. You missed it. You missed it. You're waiting? It came out in like 2004. I think you would be severely disappointed if you were waiting on Vanilla WoW. Like, here's a joke for you. How do you know if someone played Vanilla? Don't worry, they'll tell you. His last card's a Seal Away? Are you serious? Ah, whatever. Dive down off the top. Here we go. Well, then that's game. His last card was a land. Alright. We got there! We would have gotten a cartouche. Yay! We got there! Yeah, I've heard. There's a bunch of servers that is still running it. Or private servers and stuff. Most of those gotten taken down, from what I understand, because Blizzard's wanting to rerun those, but... yeah, he just scooped. Right? Red cartouche or a dive down would have been win. We won anyway. He just had a land. I was thinking the worst thing that could possibly happen to us. I like the Champion of Flame. I really like Curious Obsession in the Champion of Flame. I didn't feel anything like broken with the deck. Yeah, some of these enchantments, he's a little bit higher up on the converted mana cost. He's only running 2 Danitha, only 1 Shala, 1, on Sarah's Wings. I'm not a huge fan of it, but the times that it shows up, it can usually just dominate the match. Normally, it's like a win more on this, but yet it can also pull you out. Like, if we would have top decked it when I was calling for it there earlier, it would have just definitely changed everything for us. So, I do like that. I'm not for sure if Arcane Flight is exactly where you want to be on this particular enchantment. I think that the blue cartouche is just a little bit better. That does make it to where you have some 2 converted mana cost enchantments. Now remember, like, if you're trying to play Danitha because you want the reduced equipment cost in the deck, you might think about running an equipment that could actually be reduced. All of these there's no equipment in here except for the Curator's Ward that could even be reduced, and the On Sarah's Wings. Like, you're not running a lot of those. So I think that if you are going to run Danitha, I think you could probably make room for the Cartouche. Cartouche is just really good. It's anytime you have a chance to spend a card, but yet that card's going to replace itself, that's something you should always look at and give that an extra little vote on how good this card is. So I think that maybe if I were going to make any change to this deck, maybe cut down probably Valduck altogether, give myself some more Curious Obsessions, go from Arcane to Cartouche, and then I would just kind of run it back like that. I kind of like everything he had going on here. But I've just not had any real luck with Valduck at all, so yeah. The shame Shala can't protect our enchantments. This is correct. I mean, she's only you, planeswalkers you control, and creatures you control. So, doesn't protect your permanents. It's horrible. Horrible. Alright. Next deck. So, we've seen a couple people trying this at the Pro Tour. There wasn't a lot of it. But there were some people trying to just play tokens anyway because of Benelush Marshal. Like, Benelush Marshal was the, here, we're going to play tokens anyway. We don't care about your Goblin Chainwhirler because our 3 white creature will trump your 3 red creature. Not always so, but yeah. And if you'll notice, almost every card in this deck can produce white mana. There is, he said this was Abzan. He said it was Abzan, but there's no black in this deck whatsoever. So I think I've got it named as Abzan down there, but there's no black. This is just straight Selesnya. It's green-white. Memorial to Unity is the only card in the deck that cannot cast Benelush Marshal. So we do have to worry about hitting those 2 Memorial Unities before turn 3, but we're only running 3 Benelush Marshals, so we may not be playing that on turn 3 anyway. We've got History of Benalias, we've got Pride Sovereigns, we've got Oketra the True, Regal Caracles, Angel of Invention. Like, there's a lot of 5-drops here in this deck, which worries me quite a bit considering he's chosen to only run 23 land. Now, guys, you know how I feel about if you're going to run 4 and 5 drops, and he's got 10 4-drops, 7 5-drops. He plans on hitting his 5th land. To hit your 5th land, on average, you're going to need 24 lands to hit the 5th land. If you want to be hitting that 5th land on turn 5 every game, you're going to need about 24 to 25 lands. Now, if you run 25, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit that 5th land in most of your games. I think it's like a 70% if you're running 25. However, if you're not running 25, you're cutting your odds of actually making your deck work the way you have built it completely down. So running 23 lands here scares me quite a bit, and there's no way to actually get additional lands here. There's no explorer, there's no, you know, ramp or anything like that. He is just flat out playing. He has the 1 red Adorned Pouncer. It's an Adorned Pouncer. It's an Adorned Pouncer. Do I have? I don't. Oh, it changed. It changed. I don't know how it changed, but it changed. Anyway, Adorned Pouncer. Pretty good card. I like Adorned Pouncer. Dies to Goblin Chain Whirler, but when he comes back, it's just ruthless. Pretty much the preface of this deck is just play some cats, get extra cats with Anointed Procession, do things with Watley, draw your deck, bunch of cats, bunch of cats, bunch of cats, sealways, cats and knights, knights and cats, cats and knights, knights and cats. That's the plan, guys. A couple weird sideboard cards he's chose to play. I'm going to point those out. And the first one here is Charge. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. This is a really good counter to Goblin Chain Whirler. Just play it, you know, when Goblin Chain Whirler comes in. You get everything gets +1/+1. You dodge the Chain Whirler. He doesn't kill you. You've got blockers for him. Heroic Intervention, same thing. Just a really good card. Immortal Sun. This is another way. This is another anthem to give your entire team. And my personal favorite in his sideboard, he's running 23 lands. I don't think he's ever going to cast this card, but if you happen to get it off, it's game over for anything other than a Teferi deck. So Overwhelming Splendor is just absolutely terrific. Creatures enchanted player control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness +1/+1. Enchanted player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So they can uptick they can like play with their planeswalkers. They can tap their mana for lands. They can play spells. But if they don't have a way to destroy target enchantment, their creatures are all 1/1s, and that means enter the battlefield effects, everything gone. So a Torrential Gearhulk, it has flash. It allows you to put it on the stack, but the moment you put it on the stack, if it lands, it will not have that enter the battlefield trigger anymore. So that is really, really cool. Elder Scrolls 6 finally confirmed. Wow, I was excited about the Diablo 2 digital remaster. Like, I was excited about that. But seems like we've got a lot of games coming this fall. Aid from the Cowl deck's going to be a lot of fun. Let's jump in. Let's see if we can get some of these proud cats out and do some damage. We're against Bebone Woman. Oh, Bebone Woman. Well, all right. All right. Good luck, man. Aid from the Cowl. Like, I'm excited about the Aid from the Cowl deck. Like, what's the exact name of your Aid from the Cowl deck? We can Legion's Landing get started. We've got a couple lands. I mean, we need to draw a few lands. It's going to be a little bit hard in a 23 land deck, but also because it's only 23 land, I don't feel confident in mulligan. I'm afraid that every time we mulligan, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So. All right. See what we draw. Lands are good. Lands are good. Wizards. Well, as long as we just don't get, you know, screwed, we'll be all right. Strategic planning. What? Is this the GPG deck? Red blue GPG? You named it Shaded Woods because it started out as a ramp deck and it reminded you of Shaded Woods from Dark Souls 2. Oh man, that was a scary place. Also, there are fog effects in the sideboard. Okay, cool. I just recently started playing Dark Souls 3. I never did finish Dark Souls 2 though. It's not a bad land. Getting in there, sending a message. It's literally just titled something along the lines of Aid from the Cal deck, vote for Sub Sunday. Alright. I'll definitely check that out. Mono Green Aid from the Cal deck for Sub Sunday by Madness the Mad. Wow, you actually almost made it for today. I just gave you another vote, so you will make it next week. But yeah, you were tied with all the decks that had 3. So like the one that I picked was I wanted to play the Izzet Boggles, and I wanted to play the Benelish Marshal deck. Cool. Well, I mean he's charted a course, strategic planning, opt. They got lands. Let's see what happens. Another Regal Caracal. Okay. We're getting in there. We're doing things. We're getting it done. I mean, just all the draw spells in the world. Just pitch, pitch, pitch. But not really pitching other things. Another opt. Is this Wizards? Huh. I don't know. I almost got the Abzan Sporling deck. That might have been what I was looking at for the Abzan deck. So maybe I just looked at this wrong. This one's just Benelish Marshal, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Tokens. So yeah, he didn't say this was Abzan. That was my fault. We only need, what, one more land to start casting these? Sure. Here's a Watley. You have a counterspell? Sure, you have a counterspell. You haven't done anything else. Right? Of course you've got a Spell Pierce. See, at least this deck has some red to clean up something that they weren't able to stop. They took like 3 turns off fixing their hand. And, you know, we do have a deck with 4 votes that has the Esper Temporal Gateway. So, Cryptic Serpent. Wow. You did that, didn't you, opponent? You sure did. Enigma Drake. Well, I think I'm just going to bind the Serpent. Actually, the Drake's more dangerous than the Serpent. The Serpent doesn't fly. Yeah. The Serpent doesn't fly, so we can take some hits and deal with it on the ground in a couple turns. I mean, it won't be long and we can just stick a couple cats in front of it. Another Cryptic Serpent. Well. Ooh, man. I'm starting to get some really good things going on here. Alright, well, we're just going to try to get some cats down for a couple turns, and then from there we can go with some angels and all the other good things. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, opponent. Opt. So far, so good here on the spells deck, blue-red spells deck. I mean, he's hitting us for 12 this turn. 0 cards in hand, though. I mean, like, if the plan was to, oh man, it's gonna be rough. But I don't think we're done here. I'm going to go with servos because we really need servos here. Some of you might be like, why didn't you do the cats? And you might be right. Like, maybe I should have done the cats and blocked with cats here. But I'm just going to give up my servos and then, like, swing for 2 in the air next turn. I mean, this is going to help a lot. I mean, just getting back to 6 life is going to help a ton. I definitely think I just Regal Caracal again next turn. Alright, so he shocks that. So we just block everything here. It'll leave us at 4 life. Unless he kills this, then we'll be at 2. But he's got 0 cards in hand, so I think we just go to 4 life here. Okay, so we Regal Caracal. Adorn Pouncer. I mean, it's a great start here, guys. I mean, like, we definitely have a chance to just get back into this. Cycles a sensor. Cycles another sensor. An Enigma Drake would be so large. 15 for Enigma Drake. Come on. Get real. Lame, but the deck is really fun. No, just chump 1. No, I don't think so. I don't think we just jumped the 1. Victory. I am chumping here. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3. Well, I mean, now we've got some really meaty creatures. And we're gaining life again. Dorn Pouncer can handle this servo right here. Vote for his Jund deck. I thought the Jund deck was your deck for Patreon. Okay, well, Overwhelming Splendor would be great. The Crook might be decent. Gideon's probably amazing here. We'll just tell one of his creatures it just can't do damage. For that Gideon, I think I get rid of 2 Pride Sovereigns. And I go with that. Crook might be okay. But I think that I would just rather have like Seal Away against a Crook, like instead of Crook. Might be able to get rid of something like a Sacred Cat. But I like the idea of just all the anthems. I'll get rid of an Oketra the True and 1 Sacred Cat. Doesn't look like I've got time. It is, but it needs a lot of testing against good decks before the GP. Okay, well, I'm going to say this. We have already done a lot of tuning to that deck, and the version that you keep submitting back to us is a down-tuned version of the version that James and I've been working on. I am playing that very deck in a league tomorrow night. So if you want to see the Jund deck in a league tomorrow night, I'm going to be playing that. But as far as like, we've given you the exact 75 that we think would be great, and then you keep saying no, I don't want those cards, and then there's not a lot more advice I can give you, man. Like, that's, I don't know any other way to say it. Okay, here we go. We got some History of Benalia. Still ended up with a Pride Sovereign. So we'll go Plains and Sun Petal Grove. It's basically the same deck minus Chandra. You run Fatal Push in yours? No? Okay. That's another card you're missing. So you're missing Chandras, you're missing Fatal Pushes. I think there's a couple other cards that again, I'm going to say neglected to run. Like, you just keep submitting the exact same deck back to us. Like, that we have submitted to you, that like when we worked on in Coffee Time, and then like you've just taken a lot of the things out of it. So understood. Ooh, well, I mean, if he's going to counter something, that's okay. Pride Sovereign might be great. I wonder if we can get away with this History of Benalia here, or is he just going to? I think we'll go with the Pride Sovereign. See if we can get something down. You don't own them? Understood. Like, if you don't own them, that's fine. Shocking my Pride Sovereign. Okay. Alright. Maybe I should have waited on the Pride Sovereign until like turn 8 after I played a Regal. Don't have it. Don't have it. Don't have it. Don't have a Spell Pierce. Don't have Spell Pierce. Whoa, we might have got there. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have got there. If he can't stop that, can he stop History of Benalia? I mean, he had plenty of mana open. I bet we can get him to actually spin some cards if we just play History of Benalia. And I actually expect him to have answers for like Regal Caracal and Angel of Invention, but History of Benalia is about to do some serious work with this Anointed Procession down. So, right, well, then if anything, we need to look at the matchup against the Blue-White Historic deck. Are you talking about the Blue-White Flash version of Historic? The new trailer for the Halloween movie reboot coming this year. Oh, wow. It's going back. Okay, so it's going back to the original. I like that. Magma Spray. Okay, so we're getting some cards out of our opponent. That's great. I'm slamming this Watling. mean, I'm expecting he's just sitting on essence scatters, trying to stop Regal Caracals. And my plan is to play like Anointed Procession, Watleys, that sort of thing, and just go ham. So we'll +1, and then she's going to get 3 more counters on her. So she goes way up here. You're going to unsummon. Why, you diabolical little fiend, you. Well, now we're down to a normal History of Benalia. Cost him 2 cards, though. You're running Cast Down a Braid and Vraska's Contempt. Cryptic Serpent. There we go. Okay, so I'm actually going to play the Angel of Invention here and hope that it sticks. Now, this is mainly because I want to give, yeah, the Essence Scatter we knew about. I wanted to be able to swing in with my Knights. So I just down tick, and we're just going to hit for 6 here. I wish that the History of Benalia gave it until your next turn, so it would be more defensive as well as aggressive. Let's see if we can get this Regal Caracal down. Now that we did get one of the... this is a lot of cats. This is a lot of cats. Alright. Wadley's at 13. We can wait a moment. We can wait a moment. Next turn we like ultimate Watley and then draw most of our deck. I mean, he's got to get rid of Watley like now. Sweltering Suns. Oh man. That's not cool. Now Watley takes 6. She'll not be able to ultimate next turn again. Okay. Fine. Enigma Drake. Alright, so what can we do here? We go Dorn Pouncer for 5, play Legion's Landing, uptick Watley. No, we don't have the mana for that. Regal Caracal, uptick Watley. Yeah, we're gonna go Regal, uptick Watley. Oh no, he didn't hit Watley, he hit me. My goodness, I totally messed that up. Could have drawn like 4 cards here. 5 cards. I just assumed he would hit Watley. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take an emblem now. If he kills it, that's fine. I don't know if you can lose with a Watley emblem if you have a deck that's full. Yeah, I just assumed that he swung at Watley, and I just didn't even look. I'd already had it in my head. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, what a major punt. Wait, we can ultimate Watley. You got me, Madness. I know. I get it. I get it. I assumed that he was hitting Watley. Now he's going to hit Watley. That's okay, though. I mean, we got our ultimate. Like, I missed out on drawing 5 cards there, but we got our ultimate. Still probably going to be pretty good. That's probably pretty good. I mean, we fabricate. Yeah, it scooped it up. All right. Well, that was, yeah. Even messing up on the Watley, like the deck was really good. A lot of tokens, just a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, a lot of anthem effects and things like that. I really like the that take on Watley. Watley Cats has been a deck that's kind of floated around for a while. Whew, right, Madness? Oh man, I thought that I had just lost that. I was like, oh my god, I missed 5 cards. I missed drawing 5 cards. We're so dead here. But no, the deck still had plenty of power. Plenty of power. Well, when you're running a bunch of really powerful cards, I wish the deck had a few more lands in it though. But there's a lot of power here. Anointed Procession still just, you know, one of those awesome cards. I don't think this deck needs the number of Pride Sovereigns that's in it, so right, at least it didn't matter. You like the deck. I like the deck. I thought that the green-white deck was actually really good. There's a couple other green-white decks floating around. There's like the what is it? The Druidic Vow deck that's just running all of those different legendaries and runs Mox Ambers and things like that. There's people running that around though. So Madness. You swear your heart stopped for a second. I believe it, Boros. Mine did too when I looked up and realized he didn't hit Watley. Like I just assumed that he would hit Watley to put Watley off the ultimate, but I just didn't look. I got so focused into everything else. But you shed a tear there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Madness. I am. Guys, sorry for the mediocre gameplay. Just yeah. But other than that, these decks were a lot of fun. I don't think that this particular deck needs the amount of Pride Sovereigns, O Catcher of the Trues. Everything else looks okay. Maybe just an extra Seal Away, an extra Legion's Landing. But the deck itself looks pretty solid. I like the fact that, you know, there's not more than 3 lands that can't cast a Benelish Marshal. Personally, I don't even like those 2. If they're one of your first 3 lands, you're not getting down to turn 3 Benelish Marshal. But, you know, shameless plug. Check out my deck on Reddit. I put a spell on you. All right, I will check out. The decks on Reddit some more. Guys, my name's Eric. You've been watching Sideboardmtg, and I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, even if it was just pulling your hair out and shedding tears at me not ultimating Watley when I should have, and drawing all the cards that we possibly could have. It would help if we, myself, built better decks. You know, not much I can say about that. Not much I can say about that. All in all, lots of fun. Thanks, and good night. Barry, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very much. You did not have to do that, but look at Barry. He has chosen to say, you know what? I'm going to let somebody else sit there. Rush, you got Stream Boss. You get to hang on to that for a little bit. Barry's not gonna just take it away from you. Barry has been like Stream Boss for a while now. Barry, I hope you enjoyed. Everyone else, I hope you enjoyed. My name's Eric. Sideboardmtg. Man, it's been a lot of fun. Hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.